Yo, what's going on guys? It's your boy Tom, also known as CalzoneOP, and welcome. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the best classes, or at least my favorite classes, in Call of Duty Warzone. If you guys want to see my gameplay live, down below, there's a link to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/CalzoneOP. Not only do we play Call of Duty, but we play Counter-Strike as well as Tarkov. Those are our main games. So if you're interested, links down below. And if you want to join our fantastic community, we're growing a wonderful community on Discord. Links are down below if you have any questions or if you want to give us any input on your favorite classes. I'm also going to be starting Discord game nights. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be grabbing viewers in our Discord and we're going to be playing games with them. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you join down below. We'd love to see you there. A lot of these guns are going to be preferential based off your playstyle, what type of guns you're kind of used to, and what you generally like. But as far as this goes, there are definitely some weapons that are going to give you an advantage over others. Now this game is still in its early phase, guys, so keep in mind that these guns or these specific attachments may change as the game evolves, but as of right now, these are definitely my favorite. Alright guys, I'm going to start things off with my favorite gun in Warzone. It's going to be the PP-Bizon. This gun right here has an extremely fast fire rate, which is going to intimidate people. Once they start seeing their armor getting chunked off, they're definitely going to be scared, so that's always a good thing. Intimidation factor is huge in Warzone, not to mention the 64 round mag. That's going to enable you to take on squads at a time. I highly recommend for the Bizon running the monolithic suppressor. That's going to give you the range as well as keep yourself quiet, so people aren't going to really know where you are. Along the monolithic suppressor, we're going to be running with the 8.7-inch steel. That's going to give us some damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. It does lower our movement speed by a little bit, but you're going to see how we're going to compensate for that later. We also run the tac laser. After that, we go with no stock. No stock is super useful, and that's where we're going to make up for the movement speed, as well as the stippled grip tape. That's going to give us more ADS, and that's going to be super useful when it comes to a class like this. What's ideal with the Bizon is if you can run either a sniper or a long-range AR or LMG. That's going to be a great complement to the Bizon as a whole, because the Bizon is mainly a short to medium range, but it can go long range. It's just the damage falls off pretty hard, so there's always going to be that trade-off. But overall, I want to say that this is my favorite gun in Warzone altogether. Now, as far as a class for the Bizon, I really like to run Cold-Blooded, Ghost, and Tracker. Tracker's really nice. I didn't really think or expect much of it, but after in use, it's super useful for the playstyle of the Bizon, so you can see other people's footprints and where they're going. Go with a frag grenade as well as a heartbeat sensor. That's usually my favorite way to go. You could always go for a stun or something like that as well, but for me, I like the frag grenade as well as the heartbeat sensor. And just real quick, guys, you guys could always adjust these things to your preference. Nothing is perfect, but this is the way I like to play, and I've found that it works best for me. Your secondary really doesn't matter, because what's going to happen is this is, after you get your loadout, and by the time you get a loadout, you should already have picked up either a car or a carbine or something else that's going to give you that long range that you need that will complement this class perfectly. There in my lobby, bro. Well, GG's, dude. Oh, jeez. Rip you, buddy. Rip you. We gotta go. That's what you get, buddy. Alright, guys, let's get right into the next gun. We're gonna be talking about the P90. The P90 is a super favorite when it comes to this game. If you don't necessarily want to go with the Bizon, the P90 is a fantastic option. What you have here is a 50 round mag, silenced, super fast ADS speed, and pretty damn good movement speed. And let's get right into it. Alright guys, for the first attachment, I go for the monolithic suppressor. You're going to see that this is a common recurring theme for all of my classes in Warzone. The monolithic suppressor holds its own. It is very good. We're going to be also going with the FSS 10.6-inch Pro. You could opt for the forged tack, but it is going to slow you down a little bit, so I would still go with the FSS. We're going to go with the fly strap. Next, we're going to go for the stippled grip tape. This is great for the ADS as well as the sprint to fire speed. And we're also going to go with the stippled grip tape. That's going to give us that recoil control and aiming stability that we're going to need in a class like this. So this class with the P90 is going to segue us into my next favorite gun. It's going to be the HDR. This sniper is vital for controlling those long-range scenarios, especially paired with the thermal scope. With the current meta is a necessity when it comes to sniper rifles. For the HDR, we're going to be running, you guessed it, monolithic suppressor, the 26.9-inch HDR Pro, that's going to give us the range that we need, as well as the thermal sniper scope, the 9-round magazine. That's going to be super important for all those misses that we shoot that are really far away, because that definitely happens, as well as presence of mind. That's going to give us a little bit more focus. So what that is you can hold your breath a little bit longer, and that's going to help on those really long range firefights where it's kind of a standoff. You'll have a little bit more advantage over the guy that you're fighting, because he's not going to expect you to be able to hold your breath nearly as long. I find that super useful. You could also use flinch resistance, so that's always an option as well, but personally I like presence of mind. Alright guys, for this class, I run Cold-Blooded. That's going to assist you for all the thermal scopes that are out there, and right now in this current meta there are a lot, so be careful about that. We're also going to be running Overkill, that's for the P90 as well as the Sniper, and Amped. Amped is going to make it so that you guys can switch between guns really fast, and it's going to help overall. This class is an overall class that's going to help tremendously if, let's say, you didn't pick up anything super well mid-game. So you're kind of set here. The only drawback that you do have is that you aren't equipped with Ghost. So what that means is if they have UAVs, they're going to be able to see you. This class is mainly if, let's say, you go into the Gulag and you come out and you're like halfway in the game and you don't really have anything, this is going to be like a last resort type of an option. One thing that is super helpful, you should also have another class just with the HDR, same way that it's set up, except with Ghost and instead of Overkill. So let's say halfway through the game, you come up with a really good AR or an SMG like a purple or legendary Bizon, then you're able to use that along with your HDR and have Ghost so that you can get away from the UAVs. Super useful. Next thing, we're going to be going with a frag grenade and heartbeat sensor once again. Alright, this next class is a fun one. This is going to be more short to medium range, but you can also do a little bit of long range depending on how accurate you are and how much patience you have, and if they're in the open versus not the open. So for this class, we're going to be rocking the R9. This is the best shotgun. Super fast fire rate, super fast reload time when you get sleight of hand, as well as how many bullets they have in the chamber. So for this particular gun, I run for the muzzle the choke, the Forged Tack Sentry, the 5 milliwatt laser, the stippled grip tape, as well as sleight of hand. This is going to give you an overall shotgun that can handle that short to like somewhat mid, not exactly mid, but it's going to be a lot longer range than the majority of the shotguns. You're also going to have fast fire rate, fast reload, and tons of ammunition in the chamber to take on multiple people. Paired with the shotgun, once again, any of these classes or any of these guns you can rock with different classes, meaning with Ghost over Overkill. So you can make singles out of these classes rather than having a Overkill class with two, but these are just how I particularly keep them. So for this particular class, I run Cold-Blooded, Overkill, and Amped. Overkill so that we can run this AK-47. And that leads us to our next gun, the AK-47. The AK is fantastic for Warzone. It's a super hard hitter. It has medium to long range capabilities, even short if you really need to in a pinch. It has the option for over 30 round mags, whereas the Odin and the Scar are capped at about 20 to 30, and is overall just a great gun. So once again for this class, we're going to be rocking the monolithic suppressor. We're going to do the Spetsnaz Elite Thermal Hybrid because the thermals are meta right now, so this may change once again, but for right now we're going to go with the thermals. The Ranger foregrip, as well as the 40 round magazine. The 40 round magazine is key. If you're facing, 1-2 players at a time and you're alternating shots, you're definitely going to want and need the higher ammunition capability that the Odin and the Scar necessarily don't have. With this class, we're going to finalize it with the frag grenades and the heartbeat sensors once again. Alright guys, and this is just going to be a notable mention. The FAMAS, or I believe they call it the FRS, is actually an extremely good gun. You don't necessarily need to put it on a class if you don't want to, but if you do find it in-game, it is surprisingly deadly. Anywhere really short to medium range. Along with this, the M4 that you can find mid-game as well, the legendary one, is really good. Even the purple one, I believe they call it the zip tie. Also, some guns that you can find mid-game that are really good that you should be on the lookout for are going to be the MP7 as well as the P90. They both have a super fast fire rate and can take out just about anybody early game. If this video helped you guys out at all, don't forget to share it with your friends, let them know what's going on, and good luck hunting, boys. We'll see you on the Warzone. Oh, and if you made it this far, comment down below what your favorite food is. I would love to know. And those are the guns. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that wonderful like button. Don't forget to subscribe. It helps the channel out so much. And until next time, your boy Calzone is out. Peace.